Hey, what's up, gamers? And, well, if any of you have ever been to an arcade, chances are you've probably seen or played Pacman. The classic arcade game based off of a idea that came from Japan, supposedly, over 30 years ago, from a missing pizza slice out of a pizza pie. It's gobbled up more quarters than pellets, really, and honest to God, it still becomes a very popular and well-known arcade game. It's been ported to, of course, the failed attempt port on the Atari 2600, and followed by the more successful port on NES, and followed by every game console known to man. On the computer and Android and phone for free, it still becomes one of the most talked about and well-known, and even though it's, despite its simplicity, most popular arcade game of all time. It's spawned many sequels, spin-offs, and yes, I'm talking about one sequel that should be probably well known and addressed. Pac-Man 2. Yes, there is actually a game on the Super NES, and that's the one I'm going to be talking about, and Sega Genesis, and obviously this was at the time that these two counterparts before Sega pretty much hung their hat and jumped ship on the game console making. But anyway, yes, Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. And how do you do it right? How do you make a sequel to a classic arcade game with pellet munching and ghost eating and simple cutscenes? Well, let's see. You make it an adventure game. Well, that makes sense because it's called Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures. Make it a point-and-click game where you're doing chores for Miss Pac-Man when she's pretty much doing nothing. Ruined! There you go. That's the recipe for ruining a great classic arcade game by making a shit sequel. And I'm not kidding. This is what the game is like. It's a point-and-click game where you have to point and direct Pac-Man, your main character, who's pretty much Miss Pac-Man's bitch. That's right. She orders you around, and you do chores for her. What kind of chores? Let's see. Stupid stuff, like getting milk for baby Pac-Man. Yes, that's right. And you don't even basically control Pac-Man, you have to point him and say, look, look. Yes, I kid you not. And so what, you're the person directing him around? Not just simply using the D-pad to move him back and forth? This is how they choose to do it? Talk about ridiculous. And anything, and I mean anything at all out there, is threatening him. And the things that scare him or kill him are just ridiculous. I mean, come on, a little spider? I mean, yeah, those things are scary, but come on. Gets hit by a freaking door, hit the windmill thing off, he gets scared by that. And, okay, what kind of running scared face is that? I have no comments there. I mean, talk about PAD. Anything can scare or hurt this guy. A cat? Yeah, can't let the cat eat my hot dog. Crows? Bees? I mean, yeah, I agree, bee stings do hurt like a bastard. But geez, I think that's going a little overboard there. Whenever he gets hurt, he passes out, just floats in the air, and the screen goes black like a freaking Looney Tunes cartoon ending. Yeah, I guess that's all, folks, huh? No, he'll come right back. Even little bumps in the road, you have to baby him and point down and say, look, look. Like he's an idiot or something, and make sure he doesn't trip over them. Come on, talk about ridiculous. He'll end up falling over, and same shit will happen. He'll get really hurt with the most overreactive death, and the screen goes black, like I said. That's all, folks, and he comes right back. And you're probably wondering, how many lives do you get in this game? None, because there's unlimited amount of deaths allowed in this game. No game over screen. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of it being a challenge, right? Not that I really expected there to be much challenge other than all this tedious amount of gameplay involved. Yep, no game over screen. You can die and come back as many times as you want. And it's also really annoying because when you're trying to direct him anywhere, I mean anywhere, he'll get sidetracked and pretty much caught up with anything that he sees. He'll react to anything, and you have no control over it. Even if you point him and say look, look in a certain direction, looking around like he's a clueless idiot, he'll still react. Come on, it's so tedious and it just slows the game down. I just want to get to where I gotta go and do what I have to do. So anyway, yes, you have to get milk, and how you do it is just ridiculous. Of course, like I said, you have to use a slingshot, and slingshot rocks at a certain item to have Pac-Man interact with it. Don't they sell milk in the stores? Does he really have to go to a farm to get milk? And, I can't reach it, you can't reach it. What do I do? Ugh. You'll never guess what you have to do. You have to hit the crow that's on top of the power line and have it fly down and scare the hell out of Pacman. Yes, Pacman gets scared by anything, and it knocks the milk bottle over. How creative. Then he finally gets it, milks the cow, gets the milk, and then hops up and down like an idiot, like it's the greatest thing on earth, and mission accomplished. Oh wait, you still gotta walk back home. Ugh, and all this interacting crap, and I'm telling you, this stuff just happens. You can't control it. Anything that he gets in front of it, he interacts with it by himself. Like, come on, get home. Alright, and finally, after all that, you get home. Watch a cutscene. Slow down, baby Pacman. Then after that, in between levels, you get a cutscene with the ghost being penalized, apparently by the Ghost Queen Witch. For what? For Pacman getting milk? The ghost had nothing to do with this. What the hell do they have to do with it? Well, pretty much nothing. So, yep, she penalizes them, and that's on to the next mission. Next one, you gotta pick flowers. Apparently Miss Pacman once again won't do it, so she sends you out to do it for apparently Pac Jr.'s girlfriend's birthday, whatever. And yeah, you gotta go out to freaking basically in the middle of nowhere to get them. Again, may I ask, why don't they just sell them at the freaking store instead of sending Pacman on a rather pointless adventure to get them in the middle of nowhere? Ugh. Nope, you have to go out, and you'll never guess how you have to do it. You gotta take the tram. Yes, Miss Pacman gives you a ticket. Like Will Ferrell would say in Wedding Crashers, I never know what she's doing back there. Yeah, what the hell is she doing back there? She's just sitting back there waiting for you to come back, or even just in case you decide to be lazy and come back into the house and just sit around sleeping and watching TV, and then knock the frame off, and then she'll come out that kitchen, it looks like, and start barking at you like, get your ass out there and get the mission done. God, come on. You gotta be kidding me. Like, she doesn't want to do anything? She wants you to do everything? Like I said before, you are Miss Pacman's bitch in this game. So, anyway, yeah, you gotta go out, take the tram to the mountains, and oh my god, this gets annoying. You have to go up, climb the rope, you gotta know the way to go, first of all. Yep, you reach the top of the mountain, or I should say the outside of the cave. You shoot the hang glider out of there. Oh, come on, Pacman gets scared of anything. I mean, I guess I'd be scared if some weird thing or some person was shooting rocks in front of me, shooting stuff out of the tree. Christ. Jesus. Get a grip, Pacman. Oh, make sure you shoot the stinking rock out of the way before Pacman takes off and hang glides. And then get on the hang glider. And you're probably thinking, oh, this might be fun. No, it's really not. It's annoying, the music is irritating and repetitive, and the way you have to guide him is ridiculous. By pressing the specific button, by saying higher, higher. And you can't hit not a thing. Not a tree, not a rock, not a piece of land that looks like it's floating. And how do you make him go lower? By saying lower, lower with a specific button? Nope, you gotta shoot him with the crosshair. Yeah, that's how you make him go lower. Meanwhile, you have to avoid all these other things by shooting them out of the way. And anything can get in your way. It's real trial and error. And then you got these annoying ghosts that make it even worse. They come out of nowhere with rocks that can throw on you, or these punching fists, whatever the hell they are, on a stick. Anything would try to knock you off. You can maybe touch the bottom of a tree, that's about it. But nothing, you can't hit anything. At least you'll know when you see an exclamation point ahead, but that's not enough to really give you enough warning. I mean, come on, this is ridiculous. And, oh yeah, there's no checkpoints either. You gotta go all the way through without screwing up. I kid you not. It may seem long, but actually it's not too long. It's just really annoying, though. A lot of things you have to avoid, and like I said, it's trial and error. So once you get it, you get to the right point, gotta know where to go still, you get the flowers, you do your hippity-hoppity dancing like it's the greatest thing on earth, and then you gotta know how to get back. You never guess how you have to do it. You gotta pull the line to create a hole in the ground, and what? A rabbit pushes you in? Alright, I have no comments there. Apparently it brings you back to the entrance of the cave where you came in through the tram. You take the tram back, Then you gotta go back home. Ugh, stop interacting with things already, come on. Got flowers to bring home for Lucy's birthday. Yeah, apparently that's her name. That's the little girl's name that you're bringing the flowers for. Then it's a happy, happy birthday to her. Then another cutscene with the ghost again. I don't know what the hell they had to do with this. Well, I guess you can say with the hang gliding trying to stop Pacman, but realistically, that's the only time they ever interact with Pacman. So, yeah. Finally, you get to see the ghost. After all, it is a Pacman game, right? Should see more of them. Shouldn't more of the missions have something to do with them? So, yeah, she's pissed at the ghost for letting Pacman get the flowers. Not stopping them, I guess, while he's hang gliding. Then it's on to the next mission. Might I address that there's no save feature in this game? Instead, they decided to go with the whole password thing. Yes, in between levels, after you watch the cutscene with the ghost and Super Pacman comes up with his family, there is of course a password that comes up. Not much to say there, I guess that sort of works.